of year again where we start the new season. It's January and I am going to start sowing some seeds. It's so exciting to know that the stuff from last year, last season, it's coming to an end, and I'm still harvesting some bits from last year. I'm still harvesting beetroot, I'm still harvesting brucale, Brussels, and I think that might be about it, and obviously some herbs and some bits and pieces. I have put in a load of fruit bushes, so the fruit bed is now full. Yay! Which is so exciting. I've got strawberries in there, I've got raspberries. The reason I'm looking this way is because that's where the bed is. I have got currants in there, a white, a red, a black currant. I've got some gooseberries, I've got a cranberry, I've got a goji berry, rhubarb, which actually is technically a vegetable. Why we put it in the fruity bed, I don't know. And also some grapes in there as well, and a tree. So the tree is a green gage, which is very exciting. I want to get a plum to go with it, so when I put the plum in, then I'll do a video about the both of them. So it's all getting going again for this season. So I am finishing off all the bits from last season, and now I am starting all the new seeds, or some of the new seeds, for this season. So the garden is, even though we're only in January, the garden is starting to get going. So what I'm going to show you how to sow today, and this is the perfect time to sow them, is onion seeds. I don't usually sow onions from seed, I usually get sets, but I thought that this year I would sow them from seed and see how I get on. Hopefully they'll do really well. So I've got some red Brunswick onions, I've got some giant exhibition onions, and I've also got some leeks, some musselburgh leeks. So I am going to sow all of these today, and I'm going to show you how to sow them. They will sow in exactly the same way, so I'm just going to show you how to sow one of them, because the others will be exactly the same. I will show you all the seeds as I come to do them, because there will be slight variations in them. But let's start sowing the seeds for 2019. So here I've got 3 trays, 3 little seed trays here. If you want to do them in one big seed tray, then do, but I've got these little ones here, and I prefer these. These are actually from people, a friend of mine who's no longer with us, and he used to save me. He used to get his meals delivered, and these are the little plastic containers that his food came in. So I think these are better because they're actually slightly deeper and they're a lot more sturdy than normal seed trays. So I use these every year. The only thing you need to make sure that you remember to do is to put some holes in the bottom. I've got some spare ones over here, and I've put 3, I've used a little bradawl, and I've put 3 little drainage holes in the bottom of each one. Now I'm going to put one variety of seed into each of these trays. So I've just got some multi-purpose compost here. It's actually quite damp because it's been outside, but make sure that you sort of half fill your container. If you are short on space and you just want to sow some in a little 3-inch pot, then that will be absolutely fine. Just do them exactly the same as we're doing here. So half fill your container with multi-purpose compost. Gently pat it down so that it's level. Now, if your compost is really dry, then at this stage I would give them a water, but mine is really quite wet, so I'm not actually going to do that today. If it was drier I would, but if I water this and it's really wet, then it will just get too wet and the seeds won't be very happy. So I'm not sure whether I will sow all of these. I think we'll have to see how we get on. We might do actually. Let's put all of them in our hand. So these are the red Brunswick, and there they are. Most onion seeds do look exactly the same. Spring onion seeds, leek seeds, they all look very, very similar. So make sure that you label them properly, otherwise it's actually quite difficult to tell them apart. So using your finger and your thumb, pick some up, and then just move your thumb and your finger backwards and forwards, and the seeds should just drop onto the compost. Don't worry if some land very close together, that will happen. They won't be in here all the time. When they get to a certain size, then we'll move them into something with a little bit more space. If the temperature is nice and warm outside, we might even move them straight outside. Do you know what? I think I will fit all of these in. Some of them are very close, but as I say, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's pop all of those in. It's always nice to try and use up as many seeds as you possibly can, and then you can start afresh the following year. So on top of that, all I'm going to do is to sprinkle a little bit more compost. There's a worm in there, we don't want that. And just make sure that all of the seeds are covered. Level the compost off. If you do come across any large clumpy bits, then break them up. If they won't break up like this one won't, then just get rid of it. So all the seeds are now nice and covered up. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to label those, and then I will do the other two, and when I've done all of these, then I will show you. Now I just thought I would show you, these are the giant exhibition onion seeds. I have sprinkled a load on here already, but there are fewer seeds in this packet. Now the giant exhibition should get really, really large, very, very large, which is why there are fewer seeds. So just don't panic when you get these if there are fewer seeds, but these should, well, what sort of weight should we get to? It would be nice if we got to one that weighed about £10, but whether we will actually get to one that weighs that much, I don't know. We'll just have to see. But yes, these will get bigger, much, much bigger than the Spanish onions that you buy in the shops or in the greengrocers. They will get very, very large because they're for exhibition purposes. But obviously you can eat them, but that's why there are fewer seeds. And these are the mussel burr leeks. Now I usually grow the mussel burr because I just find that they are really nice leeks. I have grown some before called Below Zero, and they did really, really well as well. Mussel burr are a popular variety to grow because they just do so well. So I'm going to sprinkle all of those over the top of the compost as well. So that's all those done. I'll just cover them up and then I'll label them all. Well, there they all are. 1, 2, 3. I've labelled them all. I won't give them a water because the compost is still a little bit damp. But what I will do is I will stick a little propagator lid over the top of them just to keep a little bit more heat in. Soon, hopefully in a couple of weeks, they'll start to shoot through the soil, but when they do, then I will show you. So I will keep you updated on their progress, and hopefully this year we'll have lots and lots of lovely, wonderful leeks and onions, and I'm hoping for a massive onion. That would be really, really nice. That would be a nice special treat. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on their progress, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.